Hi! So I thought I would do another vlog today while I am putting off doing an essay. So I'm going to actually talk about the application process. I'm going to try and fit it all into one video, so fingers crossed. So firstly, the actual application itself. Now applications did open on 3rd of August, I believe it was. Yeah, 3rd of August this year. And I applied probably around middle August, that kind of time. I did spend about a week on my CV and cover letter because I did want to get it absolutely perfect. Because apparently, according to Yummy Jobs, that is where they cut the most people out. Yummy Jobs did say 1,600 people applied and about 500 got through to pre-screens. So, well, I did want to get absolutely perfect. Now, applications closed on the 28th September, and I found out that I'd been invited to a pre-screen that very night, which is pretty exciting. So I thought it would be waiting a bit longer, but apparently this year they have tried to get the process going a bit quicker, as I think the whole thing took, let's see, about a month and a week before from when applications closed to when we found out we were going to Disney. So yeah, anyway, my cover letter, I have wrote a bit about my cover letter and my CV on my blog in more detail, so I will put the link to that below if you want some ideas of what to write. But the application itself, it's got a few personal details like name, address, job history, things like that. And there's a section which is called motivation for taking part, which I did put my cover letter in, as I thought if you're going to be uploading a CV, and if they've got that many thousand of applicants to go through, then if they see that your CV is 3 pages long, they might just browse through it. So, cover letter and motivation for taking part box. But I know some people didn't and they got through and it was all okay, but that was just me. Whatever you prefer, really. So I have actually put what I wrote for my cover letter on my blog if you want to go check that out. But just remember that they do have plagiarism scanners, so just putting that out there. Now for my actual CV, I did general profile, and I actually specifically wrote that I wanted to applying for a Disney college program. So I wrote a studious and hardworking third-year photography undergraduate with advanced customer service and leadership skills, seeking to gain a place on the Walt Disney World International College Program in summer 2013. Underneath, I did put my skills and attributes, education, job history, and hobbies, and I did make a lot of it specific to Disney, but not too Disney, like, oh my god, I love Disney. It is a job interview, so still have it very professional. Now, in my skills and attributes, I did put my main skills in bold, so if they were going through it, they would see that it's all there. But remember to back up your skills. I cannot stress this enough. Like, for example, let's see what I wrote. Excellent verbal, written and multimedia communication skills, which have been developed through regularly writing for an online fashion blog and presenting photography projects to my peers at university. So make sure you back it up, as you can't just say, like, I've got excellent communication skills and not say why or where you've demonstrated them. It's basic job interview 101, really. So, yeah, it's a bit about, as I said, I'll link my blog down below if you want to read a bit more into that. But, yeah, I found out that very night that I got invited to a pre-screen on the 8th of October, which was quite soon, actually, about a week afterwards. So it was in London on, Monday. And when I got there, I met up with a few people from the forums and a Facebook page that had been made. We met up beforehand in Starbucks, singing Disney tunes in Starbucks, and it was really fun. It made me so much more at ease meeting up with people and getting to know people. So we walked into the restaurant and it was like practically silent. There was tons of people just standing there around, and here we go, like, skipping in, all like happy and hyperactive, having dead long chats, and it's like, oh, okay then. Anyway, we had like a bit of a presentation, then we got given our pre-screen times. Now, my pre-screen was 12 o'clock with Becky, who I'd met up with that morning, so I was quite relieved that there was someone who I'd got to know beforehand in that pre-screen. So we did wait around for a while, got some food, sat in the restaurant, met some other people who had our interview time, which was pretty good. They were running over a little bit, but whatever. Now, in our actual pre-screen, they went round and asked us our names and tell us an interesting fact about yourself. Then it was a group interview, so people did have to chip in, so they didn't go around asking everyone specifically. So they asked the group, why you want to do the program. So everyone was like chipping in with why they want to do it. And I personally said something about the skills that we'd gain and what we could bring to the table and what we hoped to take away from the experience. Now, the good thing about our group was everyone was so considerate of others speaking. I heard that in other groups, some people butted in or didn't give others the chance to speak, but in our group, everyone was absolutely fantastic. I really could not tell a criteria for what yummy jobs we're looking for, as everyone was so lovely. They also asked us, how would we cope with working 60 hours a week, or the weather, the heat over there, and living with others, which bog standard things to answer really. Or they also asked us this year what of British culture could we share over there. So some people mentioned like films, music, food, that kind of thing. Everyone did just bounce off each other. It was fantastic the way everyone was like chipping in. So like I'd say something, then Becky would be like, it's exactly as Jane said, and I agree with that. And then someone else would go chip in like, yeah, also this, and just brilliant. Everyone was so lovely. Even afterwards, like people had to like practically kick us out of the room because we all just stood up and started chatting in a big group about different things. And lastly, they asked us what Disney character we most like. There's like some of the cliche ones, and one girl, she had a fantastic one. She said she's most like Raven from That's So Raven, and everyone was just like, wow, best answer ever. So so afterwards, I went round London with some lovely boy that I met there, so that was pretty good. And whoops. So we went to Brick Lane and had some tea and said our goodbyes, and I got the coach back to Southampton. So we found out that we'd got through on the Friday, which was, I don't know what date it was, like the 12th, there we go. We found out that we got through to the final interviews on the 12th, but my final interview was on the 22nd in London Disney HQ, which was the first day of final interviews. So did a lot of preparation for that. We had quite a lot of documents to get a hold of. We had 2 weeks to get all these documents. But, did it in time. Okay, I guess. But so met up with Joe, went to London on the 22nd, 5 a.m. coach again. Met up with a lovely girl at Victoria Coach Station, and we travelled to the not the HQ, but Hammersmith together, where we all met up with a lot of people in Starbucks. And, met up with Becky and Jamie again from the pre-screens, and some other people that they got to know, and who else, some other people from the pre-screens. And we went as a group to the Disney HQ, where we got our guest passes, etc. Went in for Hour's presentation, which was really fun, and everyone was getting so excited. They had like a little quiz. Then we also got our final interview times. Mine was at 11 o'clock, so the first slot. So we went outside and waited in the little waiting area a bit. Yummy job to check through our documents a little bit, made sure everyone was all right, and then my name got called. I was the first person to be interviewed, and I was bricking it. Like, out of the whole 2013 intakes, I was the first person to have my final interview. I had no prep. I didn't know what they were going to ask me, as I hadn't had a chance to ask other people, and I was bricking it. So I went over, and both of the ladies interviewed me, as one of the other blokes hadn't arrived yet or something. So I got interviewed by both of the lovely American ladies, and went over, said our greetings, said hi. They asked me what course I do. Simple things like that, really, like why do I want to do the program, which I did reply with like the skills that I'd gain and how fantastic Walt Disney is and what the experience I could get from it and what I could give back to it, things like that. I talked about the roles that I'd put down, so my top 5 roles. So I spoke a lot spoke about in detail character performance and attractions, as they were the top 2 I wanted to go to do. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get them, but I'd do anything to work there, really. So it's all cool, it's all fine, it's a new challenge. They also asked me what do I think is good customer service, and have I got anything else to add. With that, I did mention the whole cultural thing, as they are really big on the cultural thing at the moment. So make sure you mention that you want to share your culture, experience other cultures. And we also did have a bit of a joke about cups of tea, comparing Tetley's to Yorkshire tea, and we did have a bit of a laugh, bit of a joke, which was really nice, but it was still interviewee based, so it wasn't like just a bit of a chat. They were asking me strict questions, and then after I'd answered the questions, we would have a bit of a laugh about as I said, tea and some other things, which was pretty cool. Oh, they also asked me, do I have any tattoos and piercings? Now, I forgot to take my tongue piercing out when I went, so I say I've got tongue piercing and ear piercings, but I'll take them out. Now, we actually found out that I'd got the role 2 weeks later, I think it was. Yeah, we were supposed to find out before the 9th of November, but I found out on the 2nd, so a whole week beforehand. And I was at work when I got it, and I seriously was jumping around like crazy person. So yeah, the whole process takes about a month. Yeah, about 5-6 weeks, about 6 weeks process it takes before you find out that you go all weeded. So yeah, that's just a bit about the application process. I will write blog posts on this and link them below. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. And yeah, good luck with your applications in the future. Bye.